General Hospital spoilers. Spinelli finds Sasha's pregnancy test. Assumes Maxie's got a bun in the oven. General Hospital, GH. Spoilers reveal that Sasha Gilmore Corbin, Sophia Matson, will be spending more time at Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storm's place, and getting to know the Scorpio clan better. Now that Sasha is officially part of the family, Maxie will want to do her part to make Sasha feel as welcome as possible. Max Scorpio, Joan J. York, may not be Maxie's bio dad, but he's certainly stepped up as a father figure for a huge chunk of her life. Maxie will try to help Sasha bond with Mac now that they all know he's Sasha's uncle. However, that could lead to some trouble, and maybe even a comical situation. There's a good chance Sasha is pregnant following her drunken bedroom romp with Michael Corinthos, Chad Dell, so that's going to lead to some issues. At some point, Sasha will need to take a pregnancy test and could easily take an at-home one while visiting Maxie's place. What if Damian Spinelli, Bradford Anderson, finds a positive pregnancy test in the trash and makes a wrong assumption? It'd be pretty funny and definitely Spinelli-like for him to think Maxie's got his bun in the oven. Although Maxie and Spinelli wanted to take things slow at first, we have every reason to believe they're hitting the sheets frequently by now. Maxie has more than enough children, but Spinelli may soon fear there's another one on the way. Perhaps Sasha could take a pregnancy test after confiding in Maxie and get some support while awaiting the results. Once the test potentially comes back positive, it could end up in the trash, just waiting for Spinelli to accidentally discover it and freak out. Spinelli might start dropping hints to Maxie about babies as he tries to get her to make a confession. Maxie could wonder what's brought all this on until Spinelli finally comes clean about finding the pregnancy test. Of course, that could force Maxie to spill Sasha's baby secret to Spinelli and try to clear this mess up. Whatever the case, our GH predictions point to Sasha finding out she's expecting Michael's child in the not-too-distant future. Sasha's pregnancy news could cause a whole lot of drama, so stay tuned for updates on her possible baby crisis. General Hospital spoilers say Sasha and Michael's night together could have big consequences, so don't miss what's in store for them. In the bustling halls of Port Charles, secrets never stay hidden for long, and sometimes they find their way into the most unexpected hands. That's exactly what happens when Damian Spinelli, Port Charles' favorite cyber sleuth, stumbles upon a piece of evidence that sets his overactive imagination spinning wildly. It all begins at the Metro Court, where Sasha Gilmore has been spending more time lately as she works on rebuilding her life. Between therapy sessions and quiet moments of reflection, Sasha has been rediscovering the strength she thought she'd lost. However, unbeknownst to anyone, a recent trip to the pharmacy brought her face-to-face with a reality she hadn't anticipated: a pregnancy test. The thought of becoming a mother again, especially after the tragic loss of her son Liam, was equal parts terrifying and exhilarating. She hadn't yet mustered the courage to take the test, so she tucked it into her purse and tried to focus on the day ahead. Meanwhile, Spinelli is at the Metro Court for an entirely different reason. Ever the tech genius, he's been helping Carly Corinthos install a new high-tech security system. Carly had insisted that Spinelli's expertise was the only thing standing between her and the next security breach, and Spinelli had eagerly taken on the challenge. After all, the tech world was far less complicated than the emotional roller coaster of his personal life. As fate would have it, Sasha accidentally leaves her purse behind in the lounge after being called away for a meeting with Nina Reeves. Spinelli, always the gentleman, notices the forgotten bag and immediately decides to return it to its rightful owner. But as he picks it up, the purse tips slightly, and a small rectangular box slips out onto the floor. Spinelli freezes. His eyes widen as he reads the label. pregnancy test. His mind, always quick to leap to conclusions, begins assembling a puzzle he isn't meant to solve. Spinelli carefully places the test back into the bag, his heart pounding with curiosity and misplaced excitement. The cyber sleuth in him can't help but analyze the situation. He knows Sasha has been through a lot recently. Her legal troubles, her recovery, and her journey to reclaim her independence. Could it really be Sasha's test? Or could it belong to someone else? His mind drifts to Maxie Jones. Spinelli and Maxie share a unique bond. They've been through thick and thin together, and their connection as co-parents to Georgie is undeniable. Lately, he's noticed that Maxie has seemed a little off, not in a bad way, but different. She's been glowing, her appetite has changed, and she's been unusually emotional. To Spinelli, the signs point to one thing. Maxie might be pregnant. The idea of Maxie expecting another child sends Spinelli into a whirlwind of emotions. Could she be pregnant with Austin Gatlin-Holt's baby? The thought stings more than he'd like to admit. He's worked hard to accept Maxie's relationship with Austin, but deep down, the idea of her starting a family with someone else stirs up feelings he thought he'd buried. Determined to get to the bottom of this mystery, Spinelli sets out on a mission. First, he discreetly asks around the Metro Court to see if Sasha has returned for her bag, but there's no sign of her. Then he decides to pay a visit to Maxie under the guise of checking on Georgie. At Maxie's apartment, Spinelli's nerves are on high alert. Maxie greets him warmly, but immediately picks up on his distracted demeanor. "Okay, spill," she says, folding her arms. "What's going on, Spinelli? You're acting weird, even for you." Spinelli stammers, unsure of how to broach the subject without revealing too much. "Oh, well, you see, I've recently encountered a rather, peculiar situation. One that has led me to ponder the, potentiality of, impending changes in someone's life." Maxie raises an eyebrow. "English, Spinelli. What are you trying to say?" Taking a deep breath, Spinelli decides to dive in. "Maximista, have you, perchance, found yourself in a, delicate condition recently?" Maxie bursts out laughing, completely taken off guard. "Delicate condition? Are you asking if I'm pregnant?" Spinelli nods sheepishly. "Well, yes. I mean, you've seemed a bit different lately. Radiant, even, and well, there was a certain item that I may have accidentally discovered that led me to believe." Maxie's laughter quickly turns into confusion. "Wait a minute. What item are you talking about?" Realizing he might have said too much, Spinelli fumbles for an explanation. "Oh, nothing. Nothing of importance, really. Just a mere hypothetical situation." But Maxie is relentless. "Spinelli, if you don't tell me what's going on right now, I'm going to call Sam and have her interrogate you." Meanwhile, Sasha returns to the Metro Court, frantically searching for her missing purse. Carly spots her and quickly hands it over, reassuring her that everything seems to be intact. Relieved, Sasha retreats to a quiet corner and pulls out the pregnancy test. The moment of truth has arrived, and she knows she can't put it off any longer. Back at Maxie's apartment, the conversation takes an unexpected turn when Austin arrives. He immediately senses the tension in the room and asks what's going on. Maxie, still trying to piece together Spinelli's cryptic comments, decides to fill Austin in. "Spinelli seems to think I'm pregnant," she says, rolling her eyes. Austin chuckles. "Well, are you?" "Of course not," Maxie exclaims. "Why would he even think that?" Spinelli, feeling cornered, finally blurts out, "Because I found a pregnancy test at the Metro Court, and I thought it might belong to you." Austin and Maxie exchange bewildered looks before bursting into laughter. "Spinelli, you're unbelievable," Maxie says, shaking her head. "Why would you assume it's mine?" There are hundreds of people at the Metro Court every day. Realization dawns on Spinelli as he processes her words. "You're right," he says, his face turning red. "I may have jumped to conclusions." Just as the trio is recovering from the awkward exchange, Sasha walks in, looking more at peace than she has in months. She spots Spinelli and thanks him for taking care of her purse. "I was so distracted earlier. I didn't even realize I'd left it behind," she says. Spinelli, still feeling sheepish, offers an apology. "I hope I didn't invade your privacy too much. I may have noticed something fall out." Sasha's cheeks flush, but she smiles. "It's okay, Spinelli. Sometimes life surprises us in ways we're not prepared for." As Sasha walks away, the group exchanges knowing glances. Spinelli, for once, decides to let the mystery remain unsolved. Some things, he realizes, are better left in the hands of fate. In true Port Charles fashion, the secrets and misunderstandings only add to the ever-spinning drama, leaving everyone to wonder what twists the future will bring.